Whenever you think TikTok creators can't get any weirder, you discover new ones that exceed expectations you didn't even know you had. Say hello to Cierra Green, a TikToker with over 300,000 followers at one point. And once you find out who she is and everything she did for content, the question on your mind is going to be, why? Like, why does she stalk and harass guys who she refers to as her internet little brothers? Why does she creepy edits of dead celebrities that she has a crush on? And why is she romantically involved with puppets? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Cierra has even used her musical talents to sing a song about not being a PDF file. That may sound extremely unhinged, but Cierra has put a lot of weirdness into this world that nobody can dare explain. But we'll give it a try anyway. Strap in. Doomed from the very start. Cierra Green was born on May 1997 in Inman, South Carolina, where she lived with her mother for most of this timeline. According to my research, nobody's actually sure. She did allegedly dox herself one time by accident, but has since moved from that location. But that's not important. What's important, on the other hand, is the fact that she is on the spectrum. In addition to her autism, she has also allegedly had a condition called fetal alcohol syndrome. You know, not to excuse her for any of the things we're going to be talking about during in this video, but she does have those conditions, so a degree of understanding can be afforded. This video is not meant to create hate or send any hate her way. It's all about getting the facts straight. But trust me, even taking into account what her disability is, it does not excuse her behavior or actions. As far as anybody knows, Cierra started her foray into content creation at the very short-lived Musical.ly, where she, like everyone else on that site, made short videos lip-syncing or dancing to their favorite songs. This is the type of content that Cierra still does to this day, although a lot more weirder.
It's not turtle. It's still a tortoise.
Yeah, Cierra isn't just your average cringe lip sync or dancing TikTok creator. She's also a furry, which, if nothing else, is an extra level of cringe. A ton of Cierra's initial videos were in this style and still are to this day. It does seem like this is the content that blew Cierra up, giving her hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok to begin with. However, it's hard to tell because both her first TikTok and her first YouTube accounts were banned and deleted off their respective platforms. Put a pin in that, we'll come back to it. But Cierra took her furry identity very seriously. So seriously, in fact, that she had her own fursona, as they all do, and also her own top-of-the-line, one-of-a-kind cosplay outfit. It was a pair of cat ears she made herself, colored pink and green.
Wait, don't scroll, hold up. I just need 1 minute of your time. If you're a furry, and if you'd like, could you be friends with me? That's all I'm asking, please.
It may not seem like much, but appearances aren't everything, I guess. She really liked her cat ears, and apparently so did her fans. So much so that they kept asking her if they could buy it from her. We can't explain why, but apparently there was a demand for these cat ears. And Cierra had to say no repeatedly and that it was not for sale. She was really proud of them.
You think my ears are crappy? Well, get this. At least I made mine instead of having to spend my own money on a pair of ears.
I am the one your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street.
It's frightening. Anyway, her commitment to these ears is precisely what pushed her over the edge when she found out that other people were stealing her extremely original 100% copyrighted cat ear designs.
Hi. You might be wondering why I'm pretty pissed off right now. Let me show you. Yeah. When I say my ears aren't for sale, I didn't mean just go and make your own ears. Guys, you're stealing my design. Stop it. Like, what is wrong with you? You cannot steal no one else's ears that they made. You're stealing my idea. And you can't do that. You can't just go around and do that. That's just not right. I made those ears with my own hands. My own 2 hands. And you think it's okay to steal them? No, it is not okay. What is wrong with you? I mean, if you want to make your own ears, use a different color. Not my colors. That's stealing. That's totally stealing. Stealing. You can't do that. What's wrong with you people? Jesus Christ.
When Cierra came out with this video, pretty much all of her fans hated her for it, and you can totally see why. For one thing, not only is she calling out a literal child here, which you have to infer is most of her audience anyway, but she also sounds incredibly entitled. Believe it or not, Cierra Green did not invent the color pink or even the color green. She sure as hell didn't invent the concept of painting a piece of cardboard with crayons, so her complaining about this only made people criticize her more. And if there's one thing Cierra isn't a fan of, it's criticism. When people left comments on her video trolling her or just advising her to let the whole thing go, she would double down instead.
Does this sound like paper to you? Does that sound like paper to you? No. Cardboard. Get it right.
What Cierra didn't know apparently was that rule number 1 of the internet was that you're not supposed to respond to people because then you give them more ammunition to use against you. As a result, Cierra quickly built up a large following of haters who kept track of her every post and left nasty comments. What's ironic, however, is that after screaming and shouting at the sky about somebody stealing her quote-unquote design, she would go on to steal someone else's art without giving credit. The pink and green wolf that she used as her fursona or avatar was drawn by a creator. Cierra would post it on her page like she drew it herself, which caused the original creator to make this video.
Please just take a minute out of your time. This is honestly really important. It's about art theft. So basically, I'm assuming you all know who Icierra is, right? I made this video kind of mocking her, and my videos usually get like 200 views. I did not expect this to blow up the way it did, but it did, and she got real mad at me. So she basically took this drawing I made, cropped my signature out of it, and told all her fan pages to change their profile picture to this. So now there's an army of like 50 accounts with my drawing as their profile picture without me being credited. So I just would like her to apologize to me. So if you don't mind, can you please, for the love of God, tag her in the comments? I really, really, really want to get a reply to this. And yeah, that's all I really want to say. So thanks for taking the time out of your day to listen to this. And yeah, bye.
Cierra then claimed to have credited the comments when she only really did after the damage was done. So yeah, she's a hypocrite and is guilty of the same thing she was mad about not too long ago. This was part of why the trolls multiplied in number. People had the theory that most of her large 300,000 strong following were indeed just haters looking to clown on her. But these haters didn't build up solely based on cat ears. There was also the fact that she might have said racist and homophobic things as well. One of the first controversies she got into was mouthing the N-word during one of her lip-syncing videos. Her audience found it to be in poor taste and called her out for it. But she didn't take the criticism too well, which will be a running theme throughout this video.
No more talking about this racist stuff because I'm not racist. Stop it right now. It's just a lip sync. Stop it.
Will you please? Will you please?
She responded by stating that she didn't mean any harm and was enjoying the song in the moment. That's not too bad for a response, but then she decided to double down by doing the exact same thing 2 more times. So people in her audience who were mildly annoyed before were now pretty much outraged. Once again, it's Cierra attracting and motivating her own trolls. But in the sea of bad decisions that Cierra made, this was merely a water drop compared to what she did next. Things went from bad to worse when she started making homophobic comments out of nowhere. She says she doesn't support LGBTQ and cites God and the Bible as the reason why.
Okay, here's the reason why I don't support LGBTQ. In the Bible, it says that guys and girls cannot be together. Also, it's part of God's rule in the Bible, so yeah, that's the reason why I don't support it.
From everything you've seen so far, you wouldn't have guessed that Cierra Green was a devout Christian if she didn't outright just say it. Overall, it's fair to say that this explanation for her homophobia fairly underwhelmed everybody. What's worse is that she claims not to have had any problem with the individuals, but instead only dislikes the community.
I do support the people, but the community is just, nah.
That's confusing, to say the least. She just claimed that the Bible says guys can't be with other guys. If that's what she truly believes, then she should not support the individuals. Her logic doesn't make any sense from her perspective, as if supporting the people and not the community already didn't sound impossible. But Cierra can never admit she's wrong, so she just kept trying to rationalize her homophobia. The next thing she said was to bizarrely mention her own mental issues as an excuse.
I mean, you have to understand that I'm a disabled person, and I don't go by that. Those people that were going mad crazy over me on the live stream, I don't deserve that. I really don't deserve that. We are free to say whatever we want, and I'm free to say the truth. Yet these people are going mad crazy over a live stream all because I said I don't support LGBTQ. Really? Yes, it was wrong of me to make a video about me not supporting LGBTQ. But I had to tell the truth. I had to. They can get mad all they want. I really don't care. Me and my whole family doesn't support it at all. But guys, go easy on me. We are all different in this world. No need to get selfish. That's a fact.
This was not a good video for her reputation. Many people pointed out that she had the nerve to say we're all different in this world without having any of the self-awareness to realize the irony and how it goes against her own stance. This led to her trolls once again growing in number and getting more aggressive. Cierra, on the other hand, will not be advised. She once again responded to criticism by doubling down. Just as she proceeded to do 2 more lip-syncing videos mouthing the N-word when she was criticized over it, she proceeded to make another video explaining her views on the LGBTQ community and somehow managing to put even less effort into it.
Don't support LGBTQ because it's wrong and very weird. Like I said, it's my opinion.
Once again, self-awareness is not in the room with her. As if being anti-LGBTQ wasn't enough to make a large section of people hate her, she also just made the worst arguments to defend her stance, which made it a lot easier for more people to troll and hate her. It seemed extremely weird that she was egging on this behavior, as she hated any criticism coming her way. She especially hated being called a racist or homophobic, even when her actions demonstrated the opposite.
No more talking about this racist stuff because I'm not racist. Stop it right now. It's just a lip sync. Stop it.
She so hates being trolled online that she often brings up her disability, almost like a get-out-of-jail-free card, whenever the criticism gets too hot.
Guys, look. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry for everything. But you shouldn't judge people on their disabilities. It's not cool. You're harassing me for apparently no reason, okay? But I'm sorry if I ever hurted you or anybody else. That's what I'm saying. I'm just sorry.
But anyway, her stance on LGBTQ people didn't just alienate a lot of her own audience, it also made her a hated figure in the furry space. Pretty much everyone in the furry community, of course, supports LGBTQ, so being against it, as Cierra was, meant pretty much every other furry content creator hated her automatically. Cierra's stance became even weirder in 2021 when she started coming out with videos describing herself as asexual. When people correctly pointed out to her that being asexual meant being part of LGBTQ, and if she is asexual, then that would mean she hates herself. Of course, when Cierra got told this, she initially did not admit to being wrong and instead argued about it in the comments. When it was proven beyond any doubt, she deleted her comments and did another half-hearted apology video.
Hey guys, I'm gonna give you an update on what's going on right now. I guess I was wrong about the LGBTQ thing. I was wrong. I got mixed up. Because I always thought that asexual was not with LGBTQ because I didn't know that. So, you know. I also did not know that asexual was actually with the LGBTQ plus. I didn't mention the plus. That's what I'm saying. I didn't mention it.
On top of that, she reinforced once again that she wanted nothing to do with the LGBTQ community, which again is completely weird when you consider that she's a fan of Hell of a Boss. Hell of a Boss is an adult animated comedy show with many extremely dedicated fans. The show contains elements such as horny demon imps, several full-on furry main characters, and the main character, Blitz, is in a gay affair with an unhappily married character named Stolas. All in all, the show contains a lot of fruity or kinky elements. And not to paint every fan of the show with the same brush, but they would certainly agree that the show is very heavily pro-LGBTQ. So it makes even less sense that Cierra is so into the show. But indeed she is. In particular, she has a crush on a character named Striker. She makes a lot of uncomfortable edits of Striker on her TikTok.
Nobody is coming. Hello?
Hey, Stracky. I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm just wondering, is it okay if I come over and maybe visit you tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Love you.
She's written and sang several songs, including her banger cover of the McDonald's rap. But coming back to her obsession with making creepy edits of cartoon characters, Hell of a Boss wasn't the only show she targeted. She also used characters from My Little Pony, Bambi, Paw Patrol, Alvin and the Chipmunks, and so on. Of course, the difference from Hell of a Boss here is that these were all kids' shows. So taking any one of them and making anything weirdly sexual would obviously be wrong, but that's what she did anyway. For example, she made a pretty concerning edit involving Marshall from Paw Patrol and Eleanor from LMP to the I Like It Rough song.
So baby, turn it up, 'cause the speakers got a phone. And yeah, I like it rough, till the walls are coming through. I like it loud, I like it loud, I like it loud, I like it loud. Oh, I'ma keep you up, till there's nothing left to do. So baby, turn it up, 'cause the speakers got a phone. And yeah, I like it rough, till the walls are coming through. I like it loud, I like it loud, I like it loud, I like it loud. Oh, I'ma keep you up, till there's nothing left to know.
Content like this was all over her channel before it got deleted and banned, and even now on her new TikTok account. It is a legitimate rabbit hole, and if we go down it, we may never find our way out, so it's best we move on. It's unclear whether or not this was the reason her TikTok account got banned in 2021, but it definitely can't have helped. We know it contributed to her ban on YouTube, as she admitted that her channel got taken down because of copyrighted music in 2020.
Hi guys, it's me, Sierra Green. Sorry I haven't been on YouTube for a long time because I got blocked and I got kicked out of YouTube because I was using copyrighted music and I got kicked out. So this is my second channel, Sierra Green Videos 2.
As far as her TikTok ban, though, it could vary between a whole lot of reasons. In addition to the unsettling edits of animated characters, she also made unsettling edits of real-life celebrities or even dead ones. Yeah, that's right. Cierra is a big fan of particular celebrities like Robbie Rotten from the kids' show from back in the day, Lazy Town. These edits definitely wander into the deeply uncomfortable region. To help you understand what that means, here's an example of an edit she made where she dies to protect the life of Robbie, leading to the Lazy Town character mourning her.
Why'd you throw them stones if you had one have your own when it's living in your big glass house with a view? I thought you knew.
She edited her own gravestone for that video, and in her mind, she probably doesn't see that as a big deal. But whilst Robbie is her best friend, it's hard to describe how she sees Jacksepticeye. She's as big of a fan of him as she is of any other thing. She even has that fact written on her bio. Although Jack is alive and unlike Robbie Rotten, that doesn't mean the edits made about him are any less cringeworthy.
This girl is dead, but that's how you are. But not as a dog. You will.
What you waiting for?
Let's have some fun. This beat is sick. I want to take a ride on your big daddy.
All of this bottom-of-the-barrel content just caused her trolls to consistently increase in number, as there were no shortages of things to seemingly mock Cierra about. And because Cierra could never ignore these trolls, they kept doing things to get her attention. Nevertheless, the growing community of Cierra haters definitely took things too far. One time, a friend of Cierra created a Discord for her and her community, but within a couple of hours, the server was brigaded by the Cierra haters, and they spammed all sorts of things on it. They even went as far as impersonating Cierra Green on Discord and posted hateful comments with an account that had her name and her persona as the profile picture. She then made a new TikTok account to say she wasn't responsible for the hateful comments on the Discord. Instead, it was the friend who suggested the idea to her in the first place and was behind it all.
Okay, how do I put this? Okay, so this friend of mine helped me set up a Discord account. And I thought she would help me get my fans to actually start liking me more. But turns out I was scammed. I was used. She let me join a hate cult. All of that was for hate. She wanted me to be in a hate cult. I thought she was a nice person and, try to help me out, but instead she didn't. She pushed it way too far and let me join a hate cult. And that's when all of this happened. And now there was a fake account saying that I said the N-word and everything else, which it wasn't. It wasn't me, it was a fake account. I was set up. It's fake. I was set up. I didn't do it. I would never do nothing like that. I mean, I don't know why she did it, but I don't know. God, I've never been upset like this in my life. Oh my God. But yeah, I was set up. I was. No.
This would be one of the few legitimate moments where her fans and the public generally felt sympathetic towards Cierra. For once, she genuinely did seem to have done nothing wrong and appeared to be the victim in the whole situation. And it didn't last very long either. On the same day, she posted another video to that account calling people stupid.
Congratulations. You have invented a new kind of stupid, a damage you can never undo kind of stupid, and open all the cages in the zoo kind of stupid. Truly, you didn't think this through kind of stupid.
She was seemingly frustrated by people calling her racist and homophobic over comments that she didn't make on Discord. But what she failed to realize is that people wouldn't have been so quick to believe those lies if she didn't already have a reputation of being homophobic and racist due to comments that she did make in her past. And so the sympathy her fans felt for her quickly evaporated. It seemed that she wasn't learning anything from these experiences, or at least not the right things. She was listening to her fans more often and making content they demanded, but when they criticized her in any way, she would completely disregard it or double down, as we've seen. She appeared to be a little bit consumed with the idea of being famous, which is the thing many people don't talk about when mentioning Cierra. Even though most of her content is extremely niche, as you would have seen so far, she did ever so often take up trending challenges as well as use popular pieces of soundbite in her videos. Sometimes she would just straight up steal other people's ideas and make them her own. The point is, Cierra definitely loved the spotlight. Whenever she got overwhelmed by criticism, she would claim to be going off the internet forever, or at least taking a long break, but she would then often return fairly soon. Sometimes in a matter of days, and sometimes in a matter of hours. She seemed to enjoy the dopamine hits too much to leave, and she even admitted on her YouTube channel that she was dying to be famous on there.
I hope you guys can help me reach 400 subs again because I'm working really hard. I just hope I don't lose the channel because I'm dying to be famous on here. So if you guys can help me out, please, do me a favor and help me out. I'm gonna be posting Jacksepticeye videos, anything. Just help me out, okay?
And on that note, it's important to point out that she has multiple accounts on YouTube and even more on TikTok, to the extent that it becomes legitimately hard to track. On TikTok, she tends to bounce around these accounts whenever she's under fire from her detractors, dropping responses to controversy in these different places. On top of that, she also has a bunch of fan accounts set up by people to look just like the real thing, which doesn't help with the confusion. But moving back to her trolls, in mid-2021, after a couple of days of no activity from Cierra Green following her ban on TikTok, they started a rumor that Cierra had died. Since it was unlike her to actually stop posting on social media, many assumed something must be wrong. The obviously fake information was started up by the trolls in Cierra's fanbase, and the rumor managed to spread like wildfire. Official publication picked up the story and even made articles about it. A Sportskeeda article read, "Claims of the content creator's alleged death stemmed from a ban on her official TikTok account. The complete silence from Cierra on the social media platforms further strengthened the rumors." In an unexpected turn of events, many people not only believed this rumor, they jumped in support of Cierra. "Cierra apparently died. I'm about to effing cry. Put down my phone for a few hours and learned Cierra from TikTok has possibly passed away." TBH, all I've seen from her was constant ableism from her fans. If she is truly dead, then may she rest in peace. This is evidence that it is true what they say about people becoming more loved and respected after they die, because these were comments nobody made when they believed her to still be alive. And this was something one user was quick to point out in the replies. She was racist, transphobic, and said gay people were gross, wrong, and weird. She said the N-word 3 times, was transphobic multiple times, and said only some gay people are okay if they're not weird and don't force it on others. She knew better. Stop babying her because she's disabled. As you can see, some people weren't about to let her reputation change simply because of the possibility that she might be dead. That all proved irrelevant though, as she definitely was alive and finally confirmed this via a post on Instagram. At first, a couple of people doubted the Instagram post, but she formally returned to posting on TikTok, using a different account after her massive account, which had amassed almost 300,000 subscribers, was taken down permanently. So it's finally time we talked about why that might have happened. Why she was permanently banned off TikTok. In June of 2021, Cierra Green's massive account got taken down out of nowhere, and Cierra herself didn't provide any official reason. Any links taking you to Cierra's account or any of her videos would simply redirect you to a blank page and a message from TikTok saying, "This account was banned due to multiple community guidelines violations." The keyword there being multiple. Given the nature of Cierra's content, it was almost impossible to pinpoint exactly what got her banned. It could have easily been any one of her blatantly homophobic videos that were still up at the time, or the fact that she repeatedly mouthed the N-word. If it's not for either of those things, then it could also easily be for the unhinged cosplay and lip-syncing videos. On top of the several examples you've seen so far, Cierra has an obsession with puppets. By obsession, I mean she's had multiple puppets play the role of her best friend, or even her boyfriend. In isolation, that may seem like an innocent and jokey type of video, but in reality it is much more serious than that. She absolutely has had serious relationships with these puppets. During her birthday video, she refers to one of them as her boyfriend. That particular puppet is called Stan. Stan is a puppet character handled by Greg, who would go on to be one of the most notable TikTok boyfriends that Cierra had. Greg, in his own right, is another TikTok creator who is also heavily autistic with a learning disability according to his twin sister. He mostly posted content of his puppets. There was nothing particularly off about it. He was just a special guy who loved puppets, and this was an appropriate outlet for his creativity. In many ways, that alone made him the opposite of Cierra Green, who seemed to love the attention that she got and often spoke controversially on topics she didn't know anything about. Despite that, however, he managed to be friends with her. They became friends when Greg reached out. Greg was looking for another creator to duet with, so he tagged a bunch of other creators, and Cierra was excited to hit him back. From there, the two became close friends, and Cierra made lots of videos with him and Stan.
Story about how I met my boyfriend Gregory. We sort of met back in 2019, maybe, I don't know. And as I was doing my own thing, I got a notification from him that he tagged me in a video that he wanted me to do it. I didn't see him at first, I saw his puppet Stan. And I thought, hey, he's pretty cute, so I decided to do it to him instead. Then he started tagging me in a couple of more videos, and we started doing it there. That's when I saw his face for the first time, and he's so adorable. He's sweet, kind, and very happy all the time. I was like so nervous around him. I'm not even joking. After we started talking, we got along and decided to become best friends.
It's like she said she was originally in love with Greg's puppet, Stan, but after seeing his face, she also fell for Greg himself. Cierra was a puppet enthusiast in her own way. She would later get puppets of her own, as we've seen.
Of course I love him. He's the cutest puppet in the world. Somebody who loves me. Yes, I love him too. I'm his favorite, and he's my favorite. What? No, there's no way. I mean, Stan's my crush. But I don't know about Gregory now. He's just my best friend who I love so much. There's no way I can't be in love with him. I mean, I already got a boyfriend. I can't be in love with my friend. My best friend. Please, don't. I'm dead, aren't I?
But as time went on, the relationship between the two seemed to get odder and odder. For one thing, they only exclusively communicated through TikTok. Greg lived in Philadelphia, and Cierra lived in South Carolina, so it was strictly an online thing. Greg obviously was happy with it at first, but then he apparently began to get tired of it. Many believed Cierra pressured Greg into a relationship, as he probably was only looking for a friend to duet with on TikTok, but ended up being constantly mentioned and messaged by Cierra. One incident people cite to prove this is when she posted on her page about the relationship in face of the constant trolling she was receiving. Greg then originally left a comment on the video, saying that he thinks that they should just be friends. But a while later, that comment is deleted, and he replaces it one showing much more support.
Shot on Thursday at 11:51 p.m. Let me remind you, this comment is now deleted. And now that I was thinking about it, I decided to go back and see. And this is what he commented instead. Do you guys feel like she made him delete that comment? Like, that's basically...
A lot of people saw this as a gun to the head type of moment, and felt Cierra saw the original comment from Greg, slid into his DM, and asked him to change it. Apart from that, there were other not-so-subtle clues that this was going on. They made a video together where he asked her to move on from him, and she responded by demanding for attention.
I know you don't want me to leave, but it's time to move on.
Okay, babe, I have a question for you. Since you've been doing all these TikTok videos, can you please give me attention, please?
At this point in time, both Cierra and Greg were getting trolled by Cierra's haters. Greg was increasingly getting more appearances on Cierra's page, and the trolls were more than happy to attack him for simply associating with Cierra. This wasn't helped by Cierra making the situation even weirder by playing up a love triangle between her, Greg, and Stan, Greg's puppet. Greg, who wasn't used to this kind of bullying, got overwhelmed by the abuse that he was receiving, and one day his twin sister came home to him crying about it. This led her to make a TikTok video calling out the hate.
Because I am so sick and tired of it. It started on TikTok and now it's going on Facebook. I just came home from running a few errands and my brother comes down the steps. I'm shaking right now. And he's like, do you remember the photo I posted on Facebook that I made of the Count from Sesame Street? Now, mind you, we're twins, we're 22, but his brain, just to get people to understand if you're but his brain is still at a 5-year-old level. So he still watches Sesame Street, he still watches Barney, he still watches kiddie shows. It's okay, it's okay. So he comes down and shows me a picture and he told me he's getting 309 comments to be exact, all on the picture. I don't know who the these people are, but if you're gonna hate on someone, hate on me. Hate on me, call me every name in the book, threaten me.
Apparently, Greg was getting hate comments not only on TikTok, but also on his Facebook account, which is what prompted his sister to make the now deleted angry video. Later that evening, she would make another video in a calmer tone explaining her frustration.
Okay, I think I calmed down a little bit after that last video. I do apologize if I kind of like stirred or startled anybody. But it just really bothered me that when my brother came into my room and he told me about the hate comments, he started crying. That's what made me really upset, because I've never seen him in a position where he was gonna cry over something that a lot of people had said bad things about him. I've never seen him cry like that. And it really put me on edge, which is why I went and made that video, because I was like, that's it. Like, I'm done. I understand if you have a platform and if you're gonna, be on social media, you're always gonna have those kind of hate comments and people are gonna be negative. But just be kind. It's not that difficult, people. He is the happiest human being I've ever met in my life. People today are miserable as dumb as and he is so happy. And that makes him upset? I can't live with that.
After Greg's sister came out with that response, Cierra inevitably chilled out and stopped tagging Greg so much. She made a silent video in response and had this to say: "He may not be my brother, but I love him anyway. I was there for him. I did everything for him, because I care. I wanted to be there for him. I made a promise that I would stay with him forever. I know I annoyed him a bit too much, but deep down, I was a true friend to him. I miss him." So even Cierra herself was admitting that she did harass this man and probably sent hate his way. You can tell as well in that statement that her heart was probably in the right place, but she went overboard with the whole thing. On top of that, she referred to Greg as a brother, which is confusing because she only ever spoke of him in either a best friend sort of way or a boyfriend sort of way. The vibe was certainly not a brother and sister one. But this was when people found out that Cierra often befriends certain guys on TikTok and calls them her internet little brother. Internet little brother or TikTok brother just seems to be the term she uses to describe any guy who's currently a romantic interest of hers. And with pretty much all of her previous love interests, including the puppets, she displayed the same obsessive behavior that we saw with Greg. Her first relationship was with a guy named Jesse James Thompson, and in addition to their relationship being online, it was also in person. Jesse and Cierra started dating all the way back in 2014, and they lasted until after Cierra created her TikTok account in 2018. According to Jesse, they met in freshman year at high school and hit it off from there.
Freshman in high school, then me and her were both freshmen, we just moved. Then at lunch, I remember one time I was sitting by myself, then Cierra decided to sit with me. Then later on in class at hospice, then we started working together in hospice for a little while. Then
Jesse and Cierra were an on-again, off-again relationship post-2018, which is to say that Jesse was still around when she met her first official TikTok brother named Ryan. From the little information available on this, she and Ryan were dating online up until she started letting out those homophobic remarks. Ryan was bisexual and so wouldn't put up with homophobia. He broke up with her, blocked her, and moved on. Cierra, unable to handle the rejection, went the route of posting dozens of videos begging him to unblock her and take her back. Amid all the chaos, she publicly admitted to having romantic feelings for him, heavily implying that she broke up with JJ to pursue him instead. When even that didn't work, she resorted to a little black magic to try and win Ryan back. She made these videos where she would attempt to summon her exes back through occult means, with candlelight, a black and white filter, and metal music to boot. Despite all that, Ryan never came back. She would even recruit a brand new internet brother to help her summon Ryan at first. Nicholas would appear to be the one internet brother who liked Cierra more than Cierra liked him. He would remain loyal to her, often only playing the role of a shoulder to cry on for Cierra when one of her other internet brothers needed to be summoned. Sometimes he even did the summoning himself.
I'm not with him. The body or the surrounds. You know, this is no nice. What a throw pretty too.
But when Greg and Ryan left Cierra, she began pinging Nicholas more and more often. He began to get sick of it and tried to leave Cierra on good terms. He made a video where he explained that he blocked Cierra because he was feeling overwhelmed and needed time for himself.
Well, since Cierra Green still tagging me in her videos, even though I have her blocked, I'm gonna send my message to her, even though I got her blocked and not on my friends list, but here it goes. Cierra Green, I know I have you blocked, and I needed a break from you, but you're overwhelmingly tagging me in your videos like a bunch of race cars speeding to the finish line. Cierra, we went over this before I blocked you. I had to block you. There is a reason I had to block you, because of you not supporting the LGBTQ or whatever. But come on, Cierra Green, give me a break. I need a break. You need a break. I need time for myself. And I know you need time for yourself. Let it go.
Even received abuse from Cierra's original boyfriend Jesse because of this, but eventually he got away clean. For Cierra, on the other hand, the cycle of internet brothers just kept growing. The next person who would fall into her grasp would be Sammy, aka the baby genius. His encounter with Cierra would seem to be the most traumatic. According to his account, he met Cierra completely by accident when he found her on his For You page. She went live and was having a cry about being heartbroken because Ryan had just left her. Ryan blocked Cierra because of her weird stance on the LGBT community, but Sammy didn't know this at the time. And so he offered to be her new internet brother. This would prove to be a mistake, because for the best part of 2 years, she would relentlessly ping him. He would receive tons of messages and tags daily, so eventually he had to cut her off too.
It appears you want to know. Alright, I'll tell you, but it's going to be one heck of a train ride, so here we go. So 2 years ago, I found this person, Cierra, on TikTok on the For You page, and so I joined her live stream. And I noticed she was a little bit sad considering the fact that her old internet brother, Ryan, blocked her because she didn't support LGBTQ, which I was unaware of at the time because I didn't know that was the reason that he blocked her. So then I decided to step in and propose to be her new internet brother. Little did I know that was a mistake, because ever since she accepted me as her internet brother, she has done nothing but ping me non-stop, almost daily to weekly to monthly, for 2 years. So I kindly asked her to stop pinging me so much. And she would always bring up a bunch of excuses, like how much she wants to express her love and saying that her disability was the problem, even though it wasn't. To basically make a long story short, I want to move on from this, but she still doesn't.
Sammy, interestingly enough, has been the only who's mentioned Cierra was using her disability as an excuse for her obsessive behavior. But by this point in 2021, Cierra had done this to several guys, just multiple internet brothers who she harassed on a daily basis for her entertainment. And so this could easily be the reason why she got banned on TikTok. But there is one other possible explanation for her 2021 ban from the platform, and this is by far the most serious one. Back in the summer of 2021, just before she got banned off the platform, a rumor started swirling around that Cierra Green was inappropriately chatting with minors. At the time, these allegations were never substantiated, and most level-headed people simply assumed this was just another fake story started by the trolls in Cierra's community in order to further ruin her reputation. It would be at this point that Cierra decided to respond with the now infamous song.
I'm missing my boyfriend. He's always something. But he broke up with me ever since my friends told I'm a pig. I'm missing my boyfriend. He's always something. But my friends told him to stay away from me. And even though I don't look like a pig, that means oh, I'm not a oh, I'm not a oh. I was just being nice to the 50-year-old. I'm not a oh.
Oh, thank you. Oh, God.
This banger of a song would feed her trolls for generations to come. But on a more serious note, it was an unintentionally revealing song from Cierra. In this song, she's basically admitting that Greg or any one of her other TikTok boyfriends left her, not only because of her non-stop pinging and constant control and harassment, but because people in her community or her friends told them she was a PDF file. She also just casually admitted to messaging 15-year-olds at a time when she was already 24, and she squares it away as being nice, according to her lyrics. However, neither the content of those messages or the 15-year-old in question were revealed, so there was no proof that she was inappropriately texting a minor, at least for now. Given the large number of dedicated haters that Cierra had, you'd think that if she was inappropriately messaging kids, they'd have dug up the evidence, but there was nothing at the time. So it's impossible to conclude that this was the definite reason she got her ban on TikTok. Either way, Cierra did eventually return to the platform with a new account and continued posting as usual.
I have all this power at my fingertips.
Hey, what's up? It's me.
Stop!
This time she permanently disabled her comments and normal order was resumed. All the way through the end of 2023 and for the most of 2024, she majorly posted edits of all her favorite media. Things we've already covered in this video: Jacksepticeye, Robbie Rotten from Lazy Town, Hell of a Boss, and so on. She also posted more cosplay content.
Well, I attended Juilliard. I'm a graduate of the Harvard Business School. I travel quite extensively. I lived through the Black Plague, and I had a pretty good time during that. I've seen The Exorcist about 167 times, and it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it! Not to mention the fact that you're talking to a dead guy! Now what do you think?
I'm sure Beetlejuice himself would have enjoyed that. But anyway, Cierra went through some big changes in 2024. Something tragic happened to Cierra. Her mom died. We already know that back in 2020, her foster mom passed away and she had to take a little break from the internet.
Hi guys, Cierra Green here. I'm gonna give you an update of why I haven't posted on YouTube for a long time. See, the reason is, a few days back, my mom died of a pneumonia. Not my real mom, but the one that took care of me. She died of a pneumonia. She chose to die she chose to be dead. She was 60 years old, and she wasn't doing too good, so she decided to,
So now, in 2024, she was losing her real mother, and Cierra made a couple of videos thanking her fans for supporting her through a tough period when her mom was sick.
Hi everyone, I just want to make a video and tell you guys how I'm feeling, how I'm doing. I'm doing okay right now. I've been crying for the past couple of days because my mom is really ill and she ain't gonna make it, so yeah, I'm doing okay. Right now I'm watching some Jacksepticeye playthrough and he's making me smile a lot, but it is what it is. I just want to say thank you for all of you who supported me throughout those days, because it's been hard on me. My mom's really ill and she's the only mom I have. The only parent I have now is my uncle, so. But thank y'all so much for the support. It means a lot. All the love you give me, it means I'm not alone anymore. I have you guys and my friends. But with all that said, I'm doing okay. I might post some more videos soon, but this is it for now. I'll update you guys later. Bye. Thank you.
Then, on the 24th of November, 2024, she made a video announcing that her mom had finally passed away after a while of being sick. She said her one family left was her uncle, and she seemed to be in a good place about it all.
Hi everyone. So I got news that my mom passed away last night, and she lived a good long life. I'm proud of her that she lived a good long life. Raising me and raising my sister, life goes on. I'm gonna be proud for her and be brave for her as much as I can. She was a great mom. I loved her dearly. I love her so much. She loved to color a lot. Actually, I have her coloring books on my dresser. Wait, hang on. There's her coloring books, her glasses, the lighter. She smokes a lot too, so. I'm gonna have a necklace and a bracelet with her ashes in it, so I can have her with me every day. She was a good mom. The best mom ever. Rest in peace, Lisa. I love you.
It's never easy losing a parent, and with Cierra being a special person with special needs, losing her mom is especially a big blow, because nobody's ever going to understand her quite like her own mother did. Regardless of her mother passing, she seemed fine and healthy. Prior to the death, she had also moved out of the house, too.
Hey guys, sup? I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while, but I'm currently moving out of my trailer home, and I'm moving into an apartment for a month or two. It depends on how much I like it there. So as you can see, all my stuff is gone. Most of it, not all of it. I'm gonna bring some of this with me. I have trash bags with all my stuff in there right now. Don't mind the closet. I know it's a little cluttered. I might get some of that stuff out. Like I said, I'm not gonna get everything out, but this is just when I move in for a month. So, you know. Gonna be taking down my elephant posters. I'm bringing him with me because I love my elephants, as you guys know. I wanted to bring these with me, but in case you haven't noticed, I have really strong double-sided tape, and I tried to pull one off, and this happened. So, yeah. I'm just gonna leave these here. I'm running out of time, but I'm keeping you guys updated.
She did say moving out was temporary, and with her mom now dead, it remains to be seen whether she would move back to the old place or stay in her new apartment permanently. Despite the turbulence, however, Cierra went back to posting her edits on TikTok as usual until the 6th of December 2024, when something massive happened. Out of nowhere, a friend of Cierra, who was the former manager of the TikTok account, locked Cierra out of it and left a message saying this: "Hi all, just wanted to come on here and let you know that Cierra has been locked out of the account and will no longer have access to the TikTok due to recent allegations. A few people have reached out to me and given me reliable proof that Cierra has been interacting with minors despite having an 18+ account. While we are still investigating these messages, it is 100% confirmed that she has interacted with minors in an inappropriate manner. All investigations regarding this situation will be handled privately. Screenshots will not be shared on here due to the sake of protecting those who have been affected by her. I have been asked to keep these screenshots private and will respect their wishes by continuing to deal with this situation privately. I am incredibly frustrated and disgusted with Cierra's actions and will not continue to let her use this account. She does not deserve this platform. If she does make another account on TikTok, it wasn't under anyone's supervision. Do not follow it. Please continue to exercise internet safety and always report anything that looks suspicious. Thank you for reading." This was a bombshell dropping from seemingly out of nowhere, blindsiding everyone. If what this account manager said holds any truth, then Cierra was in a lot of trouble. Even the biggest Sierra Green apologizers turned against her. This was several steps above posting cringe cosplay and animated edits, and at least one step above harassing other people online to force them into a romantic relationship with her. Talking inappropriately to minors would be the nail in the coffin of her presence on the internet, as well as possible real-life consequences outside of the internet. Currently, there's not a lot of creators that have covered these Cierra allegations, and that could just be down to the fact that there's no screenshots or messages to work off as yet. But it's also because nobody really wants to pick on Cierra. She's an adult, autistic woman who just lost her mother. Whilst that is incredibly sad and a tough position to be in at the moment, it should not be used as a shield from criticism. Despite her disabilities, Cierra is almost 28 years old at this point. She does know better, and her constantly getting away with her misdeeds is the only reason why she's been able to keep doing it for so long. Well, not anymore, it seems. This has been Cierra Green, the puppet-loving, asexual, homophobic, transphobic, stalking child predator. Get her off the internet.